I want to show you guys a satellite radar. You can actually see that system moving through the northwestern portion of the state, dumping a lot of rain over the Cascades as that cold front moves through. But you notice that big H over California. That's a high pressure system that's going to move over the Great Basin region, acting as a storm block. So it's going to keep that to the north. But we have our own weather elements that we're battling here in Utah. We're going to put this into motion so that you could see a lot of the rain that we saw earlier was in southern Utah, especially over the mountains. But now we're starting to see it towards the northern mountains, the western Uintas, and the eastern portion of the state near the Colorado border. That's going to continue to wear off overnight. Now I want to show you the view from Moab. You're seeing a lot of clouds moving on in. When I saw this initially just about an hour ago, it was absolutely dumping. It is clearing out, but it's going to rain some more down there. Let me show you our futurecast. So you're going to see it starts to clear on out, but the counterclockwise rotation brings in some wraparound moisture near Moab, Blanding, Grand Junction. Around 10 o'clock, ABC4 News at 10, but it starts to clear on out, and there's that high pressure keeping all that wet weather to the north of us, and it's going to stay fairly stable for quite some time here in the Beehive State. Northern mountains are also looking at a little bit of moisture right now, not as much as the southern mountains, but it's still present. You notice the colors are not quite as popping as they were just a couple weeks ago up there in Park City Mountain, but that's okay because it means that here in the valleys, we're starting to get the colors popping. Right now, we're in low color in the Salt Lake Valley and northern Wasatch Front, but as we get into next week, we're going to see that really start to increase, moderate to high color for the Wasatch Front, and we zoom out here, and a lot of the state is going to have high to peak color. So while the mountains aren't looking the best right now, that's quite all right because down here in our homes, we're going to be seeing some great colors. Temperatures are running on the chillier side, a little warmer in the north. We're at 63 degrees here in Salt Lake, 64 up there in Cache Valley. We have 50s in Wyoming on the eastern side of the state as well. St. George is currently sitting at 72 degrees. It's going to get even warmer. Our high temperature trend shows we're about 5 degrees above average tomorrow, and then we soar to about 10, maybe even 15 degrees above average by Friday. St. George is exactly average tomorrow, but they're going to join us in the ranks of above average temperature as well, about 5 to 10 degrees above. So we have this cool air in place thanks to that low pressure system that came in from the north, but it starts to slide out and we'll see more seasonal temperatures statewide. High pressure acting as a storm block like we mentioned. You're going to see those move to the north of us. There's another one skimming us to the north, might drop temperatures a degree or two, but it's not going to matter because the clockwise rotation of the high pressure moving to the east is going to drag that warm Nevada, Arizona air up into northern Utah, so it's going to get even hotter to close out the work week. As for tomorrow, we're looking at temperatures in the 70s and 60s across the state. Let's zoom in here so that we can talk about this in a little more detail. Wasatch Front looking at upper 60s, 71 degrees for Salt Lake City, low 60s in the Wasatch Back. Central Utah is looking at mid to upper 60s for most, 59 degrees in Castledale, 66 for Green River. Then we have a mix of 50s, 60s, and a couple 70s down there in southern Utah. Partly cloudy skies hold on as moisture sticks around in the southeast corner of the state. St. George is looking at temperatures in the 70s tomorrow, but then it climbs to the 80s. Partly cloudy skies on Friday, but they're going to be thinner clouds, so it's not going to provide much shade. The Wasatch Front also looking at temperatures warming into the 70s, topping out on Friday at 77 degrees, partly cloudy skies, and then we dip down to about 72 degrees. So this is fantastic weather to be outside.
Absolutely.